Good afternoon. 11:43, 27th of August. And this one is a rebirth, a expedited awakening. Is this right? Woohoo! Yeah. It's a great moment for soul awakening. It's a great moment for inner union. Because if you've seen the post before, great. If you haven't, check that one out first, because you won't understand what this is about if not. Because today, 11:44. Today I officially day of a section 8. It's 27th. I had said on the blog that I was gonna win the lottery before that. Truly, a lot of land is still sitting on it. So, and because they have up until the 3rd of September to actually release the full transactions. I know it's inevitable, whether it comes from them or somewhere else. It's inevitable. And today again we have another day. It's the 27th, which is number 9 as a sum up, and it's day of integration of purpose with direction, leading into the 28th, which is mastery achievement. So there's nothing to be worried about, and the reason why is because for so many years I've lived for others. Start from the originality of it. Because growing up I was never chosen for my wholeness, or accepted for my wholeness, or seen for my wholeness, embraced for my wholeness. This is where I embrace, accept, and live by my wholeness, no matter what. Because if my wholeness leads me to having to deal with everything that this 3D puts in place to hold us back, then I'm all for it. Because it will be the first time in a lifetime, in 26 years. Well, I started 24. Was that 24? Yes. I started this vision, this venture, this purpose, specifically like 400th, when I was 24. But really and truly, I've been living by my vision throughout my whole life, and I've been fighting to hold together my wholeness, because all individual parts of what I represent. Now you see me here. Well, you can't see my boobs, but I'm a woman. I'm black. I'm creative. I'm logical, mathematical, call it whatever. I'm intellectual, insightful, spiritual. I'm all the wholeness and everything that exists within it, and all the parts that also many people don't want to accept to be part of themselves, because it hurts the ego. How can you live from a place of wholeness if you're not willing to accept the wholeness? And all these different parts, individual parts of me, have been killed by so many people. But because I was always whole, I always held on to the only thing that they couldn't kill, which is my soul. I was able to still regain and recollect all my pieces throughout space and time. Because the woman part of me was killed when I wanted to play football, and my dad said, that's for boys. the black part of me was killed when I came into this the new town, Cerniano, and I had a couple of guys bully my skin color. So you know what? I laughed because I knew I was always beyond my skin color. There's nothing. I cannot fit into the black box. Let's put it that way. Really and truly, I don't want to fit in any box. I've tried fitting in, trust and believe, but I never fitted in. I was always the Joker. Like the Joker card. Like when someone thinks of a deck of cards, they don't think of the Joker. They undermine the power of the Joker because they're more thinking of winning. They're just winning. Let me just win. Let me see if I can get the best cards possible. When the Joker is that one card that can be it all. You can use the Joker card and it literally, it can be your one last chance to win. But people don't value the Joker because the Joker is the only one that can be it all. It can be with all, and that's what I've been. And I've been that one friend that is the one glue between so many different groups. I've had literally this morning I woke up and I had a dream of my old best friend growing up, and she's now mom and everything. I literally just went to check because I was like, oh, that was interesting, that was a pretty cool dream. We was in I have like an island where I always go to when I dream, and it's got different parts, like the best of everything, like the sky, you can see all constellations, and I mean the moon looks beautiful. Just the sky in general looks beautiful. There's a beautiful beach, a beautiful sea, and then there's like like this massive station that sometimes becomes a train station, sometimes becomes an airplane station, Susan, an airport. Sometimes becomes a bus station, and then there's this like massive building that sometimes becomes like a residential part, sometimes it becomes like an abandoned. Let me not give you my inner dream astral world, just in case you have astral travel abilities and you can like impregnate yourself in it. You know, let me not give you too many coordinates, but in this dream we were in this place, and I think it was like a retreat, yeah, I feel like it was a reunion because it wasn't just her from the past, there was also a couple of other people, and there you go. And at the end of it, we was having a conversation, like a really brief one, where I was thanking her for being part of my life, even if just for a brief moment. And she got emotional, but upon waking, I realized that I was speaking to my inner child. Well, I was speaking to my inner child. Yeah, she was just a representation of my inner child, my old self. Yes, sir? What do you want? Hi. Come here. Star of the moment. Say hi. Say hi. Hi. Yeah. And it was beautiful because it allowed me to see how for so long, even in that relationship, really and truly, like there was no ever one person who could reflect my wholeness. And now I see, because I was never made to be reflected back, but I was always made to reflect back. And at the same time, I saw that, well, I reminded myself that she was also a Leo, and where her Leo might come through her appearance, you could say, I mean, if we were to use like the American example of like friend groups, she was like not the mean girl, but she was the pretty girl, and I was like the side chick kind of thing, right? But I was the one with the braids. Not that she didn't have brains, like okay, but I was still the one with the brains, and I also saw how the fact that I had the cloak of being underestimated was really and truly my true power, because in all the relationships that I've had in my life, family, friends, lovers, workers, co-workers, and strangers too, people only assume you to be the little segments that they know of you, of what you represent, and they just reflect that back to you, because their perception of life is quite limited, really and truly. It's quite limited. Yeah, it's quite limited. My spirituality was killed by my mom when I had the event at 6 years old, where I channeled the death of my nan, who was in Sierra Leone while I was in Italy. My artistry was and creative drive was killed by both my parents when they said that art doesn't pay the bills, doesn't. I mean, to be fair, right now, if you look at culture, I mean, who's really making the bees? But still, even before then, like, bro, we was listening to Michael Jackson and Whitney Houston and so many others. I don't know how we've learned to not believe that everything is possible when we have so many examples of people who've made it possible. Like, to me, that's one thing that every time that I hear someone that says, "No, that's not possible, no this, no that," excuses, that reflect back someone's self-worth. It's just, it always, I wouldn't say break my heart, but it makes me feel it makes me concerned for their own lives, because that means that they'll never live up to their dreams, to the dreams of their inner child, because they won't believe that it is possible for them, right? But I've always believed that I was deserving, I was in alignment, I was meant to be something greater than who I kept being reflected back to. And it's just interesting that we genuinely have so many examples, so many, and people still believe the facade, the narratives, I mean, to be fair, it's not what they believe, it's what they consume, it's what they choose to listen to, it's what they choose to align themselves to. I mean, it's easy to trauma bond about the fact that you're black. Come on. Sure, we can say blacks did not have it easy. Honey, blacks aren't the only ones who were slaves. The Greeks were their original slaves. Like, but no one talks about that, you know? And that's all about ignorance, because people don't know history. They only know the segment of history that they're interested in, or the segment of history that they're aligning themselves to, or that their parents taught them, or that the school the school teaches them. And it's so detrimental to our own mental. It's so detrimental. Like, lack of remembrance is so detrimental to our life as a whole, because if you don't remember your roots, if you don't remember who you are, if you don't remember what you're here for, you're literally going to be playing someone else's game. And that's what the elites want. That's what the Illuminati, Masonic, and it's all the same, really, truly. They just put different labels. Even politics, it's all the same. It's all the same family, bro. You know that Washington, D.C., UK, and Vatican City, they're like the 3 headquarters for those organizations, yeah? With their nice obelisk. But guess where that comes from? If not Egypt. Like, and honestly, every time that I think of it, because I love my nice little, yeah, just in case, for anyone who's trying to peep in energetically. You can't, because of that and more, so much more. But every time that I look at those pyramids, I'm like, how could a civilization so advanced, so advanced, he did, sorry, he just stole a snack, you smart ass, do not do that again. So advanced, and yet they still also enable that slave, that slave and master kind of thing, you know. And the moment, and really and truly, I never thought of this unless until like a couple of months ago, and I was like, wait a second, I'm putting this law on a pedestal, but this law really weren't whole, weren't united. They were still echoing the division. It just happens that in their doing, they created something so fucking fantastic, like. But again, it was only for the few. It wasn't for the whole. The whole would work on it, but it was only for the few. So I had to put a lot of people, a lot of entities, a lot of organizations, take them off the pedestal. And the moment you take someone off their pedestal, reality just shows, right? Because you start seeing their real colors. You start seeing the reason as to why they're so famous, and the reason as to why their fame hides the cloak of their shadows. Because my cousin put that song in my head yesterday. Oh my god. But it echoes me. Cheers. And it echoes you. It echoes us all. Because the devil is the 666, the incarnation, the body, the lower, the shadow, the blueprint, the blank page. Like, your birth chart is your devil. You have to ascend that devil in order to actually get into your Christ consciousness, because Christ consciousness starts after you ascend your zodiac chart. After you ascend that, you start ascending everything else, because in the process of you ascending that, you would have had to uncover all that you had been under the cloak of what you had been taught to be. So I'm getting distracted by this guy. It's just so beautiful. And then the moment you start touching upon other parts, because like even when you think of birth, 9 months, right? There's 3 months in our development womb that we have not necessarily embraced and encoded into our being, right? I did not have, because I was born in 14th of August 1999. I did not have Virgo, Libra and Scorpio in my blueprints, right? Because I've been infused with all confirmation, with all the other signs that were available, because those 3 signs that are outside your 9 months, obviously if you take 9 months, some people do less, some people do more, those 3 signs are signs that balance your chart, right? Now I was also lucky that those 3 signs are in my birth chart, right? So I was whole simply by planetary alignment. But at the same time, those 3 are the things that I had to work on the most, because they were the things those were the things that I would have had to work on the most if they weren't part of my chart, which held the bar. So like, for example, my Virgo is like my subconscious, my moon. It's like having fucking enigma, just there, just encoding. And then you have Libra, that which is my rising, which allows balance, allows justice, allows the drive that I have in bringing peace and balance and harmony into this world. And then you have Scorpio, which is what allows me to have the kick of transformation, of wanting to develop. And like, transformation is my life, it's something that I've been going through so many times. And again, I'm sharing all of this because it fuels mind processes, thinking. I'm not just talking about my own life, I'm not just talking about myself, I'm talking about something that puts a perspective on your life for you to also be able to develop your own self and widen your mind. Because again, if you don't do that, you hold us back. If I don't transform, I hold you back. No matter whether we're related, friends, strangers, or never see each other, well, you're seeing me now, but well, really and truly, you're seeing a recorded version of me, a snapshot of me. So yeah, that works. But at the same time, we don't necessarily look at all those things, so we miss them. And then there's also the fact that our inner child has the most wounds of all, because after the dream, after realizing that I also had realizing that I was speaking to myself, and then I had a bit of a good half an hour cry. It was beautiful, just beautiful. And again, the sun is out now. I woke up with the sun while I was crying. Started raining. Now the sky's clear again. I love it. And in that half an hour, I was just talking to myself and telling me how I feel like I'm genuinely biting off all the no's that my soul had received, in all the things my inner child had received, in order for me to actually reclaim myself. And if that means I have to go down, like I said before, for it, I'm so okay with it, because I'm tired of playing by other people's rules, playing by other people's flawed, very, very, very flawed rules. Because it doesn't work. It just doesn't work. And so many don't even want me to speak about all the things that I've been speaking about, and the ways in which I think and all these things, because they don't want people to think this way. They don't want people to be sovereign. Because if you have people that are sovereign, you won't have people that will okay, let's use better words. I was gonna say bend down, but I mean, honey, it's understand that it's everyone has their likings, but when it comes to bending down, I'm not talking about sexually. I'm talking about individually, like as an individual, like people that don't stand up for themselves because they feel like they have to stand up to someone. They feel like they have to abide by someone. They need permission to be. This year I said, fuck permission. I'm taking my own permission, bruv. Because I know more than the people that are trying to give me permission to be. It's like going to a doctor to ask about your taxes. I mean, that doctor could know everything about taxes. There's those as well. But to the point, you don't go to the medical center to ask for your taxes. So why would I allow a authority figure to tell me about something that I don't know? Sorry, they wish. Tell me about something that they don't know. I can say that I don't know about the exact timing when I'm gonna win. And the only reason why I'm doing it that way is because I'm defying the same system that tells me you cannot manifest money like that. Money doesn't just come to you. No, you have to work for money. No, you have to put in 8 hours a day for money. Or you have to slave yourself and go and knock on so many doors trying to sell your dreams and trying to find that one person that says yes to your dream. You don't have to do none of that. You just have to choose yourself and watch it come to you. And that's what I'm doing. Because I was never chosen. I've always chosen. So this time I chose to choose myself. Alright. And the reason why I was never chosen is because I was always available. I was the yes man. Are you on this? Yeah, 100%. I have it to give. Now, that is my power. I'll always give. I'll always have to give. It's just that now I've learned how to say no. I've learned how to be my own manager of self, because I know the abundance that I house. I know that the grass is greener under me. I don't have to beg anyone for my dreams to come true. I'm in a relationship with space, with time. Doesn't exist time, let me tell you. Time is energy, so I'm in a relationship with energy, which is space. It's everything. It's the space between me and this, but it's also me and this. And the space between me and the laptop as well. And then the space between the laptop and you, or the phone and you too. And the laptop included. Everything is space. So why would I listen to a individual when I have all of this to actually go by? Fuck that. You know? Because I'm in the matrix to break the matrix. Well, really and truly, I've already broken my own matrix. Now I'm here to break the system matrix, systematical matrix. And trust and believe, it's coming. And if there's one thing that is inevitable, is my success. Simply for the life that I've had, simply for the person that I am, and simply for the fact that I was always whole. Because I was never, ever allowed by space to derail myself outside of my own path. I'm actually starting to believe that I am the second coming. But I don't want to be a second coming, because I am the first ever coming of Susan Ndinga, right? Can't get better than that. At least for me. Obviously there's gonna be people after me. Who cares? Like, good for you. Like, we're still one. You know? But I'm the speck of our consciousness right now that's here to break this matrix. So, love it, hate it, I don't give a fuck. You're gonna be part of it. And the only reason why is because I'm going global. Because there's global systems that hinder us throughout. So monitoring spirits, keep monitor. Enjoy the watch. Enjoy watching your descension. It looks like my descension, 100%. But a descension is only an ascension. Because when you're someone that has mastered the process of alchemization, nothing touches you really. A death is only a death until it becomes a rebirth. I know my mom's soul is reincarnated somewhere right now, and I'm about to meet her in someone right now. Because there's only right now, and it's 12:12, and I'm saying that only right now exists because there's no time. There's only space. Time is only. It's like taking this air, and I claim this bit. This is 1 o'clock. This is 2 o'clock. This is 4 o'clock. This is 5 o'clock. This is whatever, right? This is Italy. This is US. This is Africa. Like, we're trying to claim space, right? It's like the water territory. Like the fact that there's that the people even claim water spaces. Make it make sense, honey. We have one land, and we're still fighting for confines. We're still fighting for borders. No, barriers. Is it barriers? Borderline? No, that's not the word. Boundaries? Nah, I can say that. country boundaries. English is not Englishing today. But you understand what I mean? We're still trying to fight for space when we haven't even mastered our internal space. I don't personally see how that could go wrong. No sarcasm. But I'm so grateful that I've grown to be the support that I am for myself, because my dedication is to my inner child. And the reason why I can trust my inner child so much and my dreams so much is because I know that everything that I do for myself is for others too. Many can't say that about themselves. They might say it, but when you look at their actions, it's not really, because for you to do something for yourself and for the outer, you would have to expand yourself to everything that the outer is. So if you're not doing that, you're not doing it for them. You're doing it for yourself, and you're just claiming space. A space. I'm claiming the whole fucking universe because I know that I am the whole universe, just like you are the whole universe. It's whether you choose to embrace that in your day-to-day life or not. That's what makes the difference. Because whether it's money, resources, straight parents, gender, skin, like all of that, I had to really learn how to love all, even though I had been stripped of all. Like everything, every individual, not my wholeness. They can never touch my wholeness. Really, truly, they cannot even understand my wholeness, and that's completely fine because that's never meant to be the case. Like, you can try and dissect me as much as you want, you still won't find it, because it's the fucking wholeness. It's the universe. Dissect the universe and then you learn about me. Probably still not, because I'm teaching the universe how to be with me, so good luck. But hey, I'm not meant to be understood, and I'm not here to be understood. I'm here to reflect back to you so that you can understand yourself. All the individual parts of you that had been made wrong about you are part of your wholeness. Just take it in. If someone made you feel bad for being fat, take it in. I did. I loved food. Well, really true, I didn't love food, actually. Food was my comfort, because food was the only thing that made me feel whole, because no one could reflect my wholeness. Because food, you have one meal in front of you, that's a wholeness, right? You eat that, you just ate a wholeness, right? So, and that goes for everyone who uses food as coping mechanism, because it is so easy to get lost in food. Honey, they make it look good, they make it smell good, they make it taste good. Why do you think the better things are not always the ones who taste good? Have you tried and eat an artichoke? The smell alone turns me off. But do I know that there's good health in there? Yeah, 100%. You know? Like, it's just sad how we care more about how things look than what they are. Oh, really truly, it's delusional. It's not sad, it's delusional, because we are avoiding the reality of things. We are avoiding that nothing is perfect. Like, look at a tree. I'm looking at a tree now. It's got some green, it's got some orange, and it's got some red. That's how you know we're really going into autumn already. Wow. But it's so beautiful in its different complexities. Why should I cast out the orange leaves, or wait until it's autumn and it's all red for me to love it? No. You love it at every single stage. So to those who might show up, try and make me feel like I'm chosen now. Nigga, I was begging yesterday. You ain't chosen me, because you ain't chosen my wholeness. You're choosing me now because I'm talking about it. Because I'm talking about the fact that I wasn't chosen growing up. Oh, I don't want a pity party. I want to be chosen headstrong, confidently. In really and truly, the only people that can actually choose me are people who have wholeness in themselves. Because if you're not whole, please don't choose me. Please don't even show me love. I mean, you can show, in the sense, not in terms of like show me love, because again, you cannot not show love. But just don't try and insert yourself into my niche, because if you're not whole, you'd be insulting us both. Simple as that. Because if I'm reflecting back wholeness, every time that you see a piece of you that isn't whole and you get triggered by it, and you're not someone that works through those triggers, so you feel bad for yourself, there's no point in you even being around me, because I'll make you feel bad for your whole life, or until all those things pass through. But also you'll be giving me extra work that I really don't need, because I'm trying to build something for us all to be reminded of our wholeness. I don't need to be held back in my own private life. I can have temporary situations, like right now I'm temporarily still here. By the end of the week, we'll see based on how things move. But this is not it. The person that I'm living with is not it. Because I know my wholeness. I know what energy I carry. I'm gonna say it again. The grass is fucking green and fertile under me. I sprouted like a bitch. On heat. But the thing that really made me cry was the fact that every no taken this time around feels like I'm the one saying no to myself. Or yeah, because I can say I'm in a relationship with space, but space is me. So every time that I receive a no from the dream that I'm building, this time around it feels like I'm the one saying no to myself. And I really had to look at it and just be like, it's fine, because this time around I'm doing it for my inner child. And it's 1 2 2 1. Beautiful mirror. I am doing it for my own inner child. For the first time in so long, I'm doing something for myself first. And I can be confident in that, because I know that everything that I do for myself is to give back. Like, that is a joy that no one can ever strip away from me. No matter how many no's, no matter how many hurdles, challenges, closed doors, obstacles, conflicts, criticism, misjudgments, misunderstandings. Bro, no matter all of that, I have myself. The one thing that no one has ever been able to strip away from me. No way, no how, no when, no where. Can you say that about yourself? Can you say that everything that you are now, you're just so fucking proud of? 100%. You would put your hand in fire to say, I'm it. If you can't, then whatever isn't, whatever you think, whatever you think is the reason as to why you wouldn't, is something that you might want to look at, accept, embrace, rewrite. Why not? You are your own book. This, you can say that this is like the pages of a book, right? Because, like, for example, this one that I have here, it was my second tattoo, and it speaks on northwest, southeast. It's the wind one with roses, and the dates when my mom died, because from that date I had to take direction for myself. I didn't even lean on my dad just because he wasn't emotionally there. He was a provider. He just provided for shelter, food, money. And skill development, like hand skill development, what's it called? Handyman work, right? Oh, by the way, this, if you put like your fingers like that but without fully touching, it allows you to bring forth like energy. Like if you're trying to remember something, just do this. Don't touch, just literally just out. Oh, sorry. It's not about the dysmorphia. I actually appreciate myself so fucking much. And yeah, it allows to recollect your thoughts, right? So he helped with that, but at the same time I chose myself then because my mom was way too in my field for me to be able to choose myself then, because even choosing myself then, and again, I know that I've created like a bad image of my mom, but she was actually quite fucking great. Like the amount of times, like I remember the day where I watched Titanic for the first time and I cried so much. I think I cried for like a whole hour. I was like, oh, those people died, oh my god, oh my god. It was dramatic. But that's the person that I am. Like I cry for Titanic not because the movie is made good, no, it's because I know that it's something that happened and so many people lost their lives in such a tragic way. Imagine being on a fucking boat in the middle of nowhere, knowing you're fucking dying. Like you can see this bitch going up. Who the fuck are you? And not people cannot extend their emotions out like that for others, strangers, people that don't represent who they are. It's like all these wars that are happening right now, it's all ignorance. You can go for Palestine or go for Israel, it doesn't really matter. It's all ignorance. They're all the same. We're all the same. Why are we fucking trying to claim things are fucking illusions? I would rather claim the sovereign illusion. I would rather play the illusion of sovereignty, because at least that allows us to see us all as one, interconnected reflection of self, of different parts of ourselves. But still, for more power, I don't even know, it's fucking egos, bro. It's just children who don't have any purpose in life other than power or feeling powerful. Really and truly, they're so weak because they're not even willing to do I'm not trying to give them an idea or anything, but people who use arms, not these arms, like the fake ones, you know, because those are fake arms. They were made for the fearful to attack from afar, because once you're in front of something, you have to face it for what it is. Instead, no, they invented bombs, they invented missiles, they invented guns, they invented all this slingshot, even archery. Like they're all things to attack from afar. Have you ever been in a forest and watched people catching birds with their hands? Or animals fishing with their hands? Like, all these things the weak man cannot even comprehend because they use tools, right? I'm using a tool to record this because I'm in a weak situation, but I'm not a weak person. The weak situation is I don't have an audience in front of me right now. Call it weak if you want. You know, but it's just so like understanding that those thought forms, those understandings apply to everything in our lives. We are the most efficient tool that ever existed, and yet it's so undermined. Our soul, the body, is the tool. In all of this, I'm only posting it now to intensify the energy in the field, to release myself of the bindings that had been made on my inner child, because my inner child, up until yesterday, people were still trying to put bindings on. Even today, the Section 8, I'm supposed to be afraid of that, yeah? Because I'm supposed to be called to court, the same court that's playing a facade, with laws that are not rooted in the learning and in the findings. But just take quantum physics alone, all the findings that have been made now in quantum physics, that alone should have an institution that really cares for you, just in case. If you're all there, yeah, vote for this, vote for that, just to wake you up a little bit, right? If this institution is really cared about you, if the politicians really cared about you, trust and believe the laws would have been completely different, because it's something that if they really, really, really wanted, could be changing one day, bro. If they really wanted it. But if they don't really want it, then they go by the process. They say, no, it might take a couple of months, or maybe it might take a couple of years just to change this one rule, right? Oh no, we have to go by the book. We have to bring all the congressmen, all the actors, and bring them in and have them fight about which is best. If we're all one consciousness, why the fuck are you fighting about what's best? What's best is the best option for us all, not the best option for a party. But people cannot put their minds together, so instead they just clash. It's like useless energy wasted. So even just taking quantum physics, any institution that you abide by, because you do abide by, I might not, but you do abide by, if you are someone that does, should be scrapped, burnt at the stake. That is the real witch that should be burned at the stake, not those who are in touch with nature. Get the fuck out of here. Like, and I didn't talk about all these niggas. Actually, they're not niggas, because if niggas mean king, I don't think they actually make the cut. Just saying. They actually don't make the cut. A king is someone that takes care of its people, not someone that tries to have power over its people or show power over its people. That's a tyrant. And one that can do both, that's a good leader. Because there are going to be people who will try and dethrone you just because you're doing good for the people. So you gotta be a tyrant for those, but be a king for your people. People don't know how to be both. They're still learning. We're still learning. Our consciousness is still learning, because our consciousness is a baby. But because we think we're so smart, we treat it as if it's an adult, but it's not. And it's the same thing that we do with people. We see an adult, we see a grown person. But someone being grown, someone being old, doesn't make them wiser. Trust and believe. If there was one thing that I learned from last year, just because someone is older than you, sorry, this just brings out so many fucking, yeah, but just because someone is older than you, it don't mean fuck all. Doesn't mean anything, because right now we have older people. We don't have elders. Elders, those are the wise people, those who sit you down and tell you the truth. They don't sugarcoat it. They're there for you, for your own betterment. They hold the keys to the past, and they pass that past down. The elders were always seen as the leaders of the community, especially in villages and places like that, because they hold multiple timelines. They house information. Oh, I'm getting goosebumps. I can feel all my ancestry, all my lineages rejoicing in that, because we had real elders. Now we just have old people. Yesterday I opened Instagram and I was like appalled instantly. There was an old woman who's at the carnival being interviewed, and she was talking about her ass naked, like she should have shown her ass more. I was like, speechless. I mean, sure, for Carpe Diem, but that's one hell of a priority. Like, you have 30 seconds to make an impact, to share a message, and that's the message that you give? Like, old people, not elders. I'm an elder because I actually house information from ancient knowledge and future knowledge. I'm the bridge of timelines. They call it guardians of timelines or so, guardians of ages, something like that. Guardians of the age guardian. I don't know how you call it. We understand. See? It doesn't really matter the title. You understand the picture. That's what matters. The message. That's exactly it, right? If I keep going and trying to find the frame, the cap, the word, just to define an energy that's open, it's like looking at an old person and assuming that they're smarter, wiser, healed, adults. It's just people, well, it's just children in a grown-ass money. In a grown-ass money. Yeah, because our body is our currency, right? It's what allows us to have an experience on this earth. It is our source of abundance. But it's not to be used as a futile tool. It's to be used for the experience and the betterment of the experience. Because if you don't invest in your own experience, and again, the experience does not just go, it's not limited to your bounds, it's not limited to your bubble, it's not limited to your people, to your circle, because you're all impacted by everything that is part of the whole, right? If something happens across the world, you might not hear it today, you might not hear it tomorrow, but it might create a ripple effect that comes back to you. And if you're not doing anything to invest into that one thing, guess what happens? It keeps coming back to you. We know what this thing with this oh, it's still here. Nice. We know what that is, right? The infinity sign. You can't escape the infinity sign. So why would you even try to just frame it at the X. Like imagine if I tried to do this. Oh, it's been there for a minute, so it doesn't go actually. But imagine. Oh damn! Okay, this is workout. Did that bird just try to come in? Messenger. Imagine if I tried to. Terrible, but you understand the purpose. Imagine if I just did this and just took the X. Oh, maybe that's how they made the word of X's. Something that's not staying. But imagine that. That takes away the whole. Like that's just two things that don't link to each other. But really and truly they do. But we miss the link, so we only see an X. Woo! That was a good workout for the forearms and shoulders. Yeah, I feel that shit. Damn. Like imagine, like it makes no sense to cap something that's infinite, and you are infinite. So why would you ever cap yourself? Why would you ever try and put yourself in a box? I'm telling that to myself, just in case if I ever in the future try and put myself in a box, because I am Susan Ndinga writes box, but it's an infinite box. It's a box that encompasses the hexaflex of our whole existence, right? That's our goal, man. That's literally as easy as that. Mate, I was lucky because I was made to be a ghost in everyone's life, a prompt to theirs, the side friend that was just there for everyone. I was never chosen, so instead I chose us. Because if I wasn't worthy to be chosen, at least I had enough for us all. And now where I'm choosing me, it feels like everyone and everything is still coming for that inner child in me that's just trying to make its way out. And I've had to suppress from the outside world. The one that I've had to suppress from the outside world. Little mindsets and all. I was never made to fit in, but I still did. Never fully fitted. Instead I became the Joker card, yeah. So I chose myself, as I knew choosing myself meant choosing the soul. The only thing I hold for myself, and yet the most abundant thing I could allow myself to hold on to. Chosen by all for convenience, chosen by none for my wholeness. The only part of me people couldn't kill was my inner self, my own self, as I've always been too vast to be killed completely. So now I choose me fully, wholly, because I'm tired of waiting on someone to choose me. And please don't insult me by showing up to this, because yesterday I was begging and no one did. So just leave me alone to myself, because the grass is greener under me. I choose me only if you know, not believe, those two are different. If you know that you're just as vast or willing to be just as vast. Because I will be giving free no's to that which doesn't align. Those were the words that I wrote this morning, and it was a great unbinding. It was a great key moment, you know, because it allowed me to fully see others in my life and realize that what I'm learning now is our differences, because I've been accustomed to our similarities, because that's the only way that I've been able to live and exist in so many different groups with so many different people and resonates with so many different people in my life by looking at the commonalities, the fact that we all have one soul. It's simple as that. Like, we don't have to do anything special. We don't have to learn how to seduce. We don't have to learn how to. Because my God, there's on YouTube. I mean, there's everything on YouTube. There's online in general. There's everything and everything, right? And everyone is just trying to teach you how to sell yourself, how to sell parts of yourself, how to manipulate others into choosing you, how to. Because even yesterday I was like, yo, you had declined a 80 grand role for like a management podcast role, something like that. I don't even remember. I don't care. But to think that if I'd gone that role, I might have had money now. One could say good money. Oh, 80k a year. Oh, wow. And but still, I would have had to cut myself to polish, because they don't say those words in corporate, but they want you to be polished. They want you to be exactly who they need you to be in order for you to get the job done, right? Because you being you is not enough for you to get the job done, right? If I show up with the PJ, some might think that I don't have the qualities to actually sell. Why do you think we have so many men in suits? They have to look like the role because they don't really embody the role. Like, they might embody the role, that one role, but they don't embody confidence to a vastity. So that's the only place where they might. Give them what they want. Even me recording this, I didn't need to record it, but because I know that people want. There's monitoring spirits that want to hear it, right? You want to see how I deal with my lows. You want to see how I think through hurdles. Have at it, you know? Yesterday I said I don't belong to myself. I belong to the collective consciousness. I belong to space, which is broader than the collective consciousness. And I belong to myself first, because space is me. The collective consciousness is the in-between. It passes through the in-between, but it doesn't belong to the in-between. That's where I rectify myself. And there's so many things to be rectified, but again, I am the source of it all. So if anything needs to be rectified, or if you hang on to parts of my past, that's you. That's your limitation, because you're not willing to discover the source, the upgrade. But maybe it's also because that's where you needed to expand in. But that's the thing, once you expand to that spot, you're missing another piece. And I'm not going to be here creating this way for life. I was never made to be in a box. Definitely not in front of a laptop with a fucking mirror camera, though. No. I was meant to be out living my fucking life with someone with a camera who follows me. I just know that gold comes out of me in so many different ways, at so many different times. It's really unfortunate that others don't see it, but hey, I see it for myself. And as long, for however long I can see it for myself, which is forever, because I've gone to a place where I can never unsee it. It's just gonna be forever. I'll feel abundant forever from now on. I'm literally getting tears, simply because no one can ever take this away from me. It doesn't matter what happens. I can show up in a court and be like, "Hi, how you doing?" What part are we rolling today? Yeah. Well, what is it? What is this about? Come on. lay it on me. Like, people fear the judge, bro. I'll be smiling up in your face. That person spent God knows how many years to be in that place, to have the illusion of power. I'm gonna be the person that shows them, trust and believe, you ain't no power. Because the same rules that he's spitting out, or and he or she, they, doesn't really matter. Whatever rules they're trying to spit out, it's unfounded. So why would I even look up to the person? I know that they might put themselves in a position where they're actually sitting up, but it's just that, an illusion. Please, guys, look at the people that you give value as a hierarchy or authority. Don't. Your managers are not taking care of you. The police is not taking care of you. Your politicians are not taking care of you. Your physicians are not taking care of you. Your doctors are not taking care of you. Nothing is taking care of you, because you need to take care of yourself first. And I say, even things like doctors, sure, you can, if you cut yourself, now let's say that you slash yourself, right? You have two options. Put some alcohol on it, put something in your teeth, sew it all up yourself, or you go and have a doctor's do it. It's the same exact thing, but you're just giving the authority to them. If you have a disease, learn herbalism. Learn how to actually treat your body right by teaching also your body how to be treated right. And really truly, the moment you master alchemy of the mind, the body starts doing that by itself. Sometimes you just gotta say, oh, this is not my energy, release. That's it. It's that simple. But instead you go to a doctor every time that you have a fever, and he gives you prescriptions, and those prescriptions are the same thing that then give you kidney stones or diseases. And then that kidney stone or disease then makes your fucking what's it called? Liver fail. Because, well, actually no, sorry. Backtrack. Medicine, liver fail. And then you get more medicine to treat the liver fail, but then the fucking kidneys then fail. And then something to heal those, and then, like, bro, why are you trying to chase something that is not meant to be chased? Work ahead of time. Think long enough. Or, if you're not looking at thinking long enough, think in intensity. I smoke tobacco. Don't you think that I speak onto it? And the reason why I smoke tobacco is because I like seeing smoke coming out of my mouth. It's the dragon in me. It's the Mintakan in me. In Mintaka, we actually smoke oxygen. Like, there's like different flavors of oxygen, but it's genuinely just oxygen. It's not like the liquidy things that we have here on Earth, fucking toxic. No, it's genuine oxygen. Helps you breathe even more. I can't wait for those to actually come here, or for me to download the information so that I can actually just create it here myself. Because, oh my god, imagine oxygen that tastes like weed. Beautiful. Because I also love my weed, bruv. Yeah, come at me for it. You want me to criminalize something that space gave me? Are you fucking mad? Are you dumb? Like, bro, guys, wake up. Like, who are you giving your authority, your own sense of authority to, bro? What the hell? Why are you doing that? Yes, I'm a house smoker for now. Jeez. And the only reason why sometimes I give those quotes the almost sound like I'm asking for validation or things like that, no, it's because I can feel the energy of someone else giving their own judgment. I travel through space and time, so if I hear if I'm talking about something, I can literally hear the future person that says, "Oh, but this," and then I get it as a, because I'm very clear, cognizant. Yeah, I just hear the vibration, the frequency, because I don't go out of hearing. I don't hear voices. I feel the vibration, and it comes like a file, and it just offloads itself. 1 10 10, as I said that. Love it. And it's just beautiful, because it works as my protection, because sometimes I don't even speak it. I can feel it, and I'm like, I don't need to say it all, but I will say what needs to be said, because most don't like to hear it, and that's why it needs to be said, because it's the truth. Simple as that, right? So think either intensity, or then use time. If you want to use an illusion of time, use time. Think long enough. Bro, if you live by time, think long enough. Think 50 years ahead, bro. I've already planned out my 150th. Yes, I'm making it that long, because I have space to protect me. And if I die, guess what? I'm coming back, bitches. Like, and I'm trying to find a word, like a positive frequency that I can attach to the word bitches, because it sounds so good when you say it. It might be because I've encompassed the evil of the world, but hey, it sounds good to say it. Bitches. Bitches and cream. Okay. That was peaches. What else? So yeah, work on yourself. See long enough if you're trying to live life by time. But if you're trying to go above time, then live by intensity. Because intensity is what makes space space. You think gravity isn't intense? Try and release it. See where you go. You might start flying. I'm getting goosebumps. That's coming for me. But everything is possible, man. It's your own understanding of self that helps you work with your self-worth. I've always had self-worth. It just comes out, and it appears to be a low self-worth to others, because they don't know how to see how I am and not attach it to low self-worth. Like sometimes I might be in there was a birthday that I had a couple of years months ago. I was there doing puzzles. People were talking. I was there. They had the puzzle on the table. The moment I saw it, I knew exactly where to sit. I love puzzles. And I just sat there and just did the puzzle. It was sitting there. They said that it took them like it was there for like weeks and weeks. I think it's like a month or more. And I'd done like a quarter of it in like 3 hours. The poster that I did with the lottery ticket, with the London Bridge puzzle, I did that in 9 hours. It's a 1,000 pieces puzzle, and the sky was the most beautiful part to do. The last one that I did, because I saved the best for last, because it's all fucking white. You gotta use your logic if you want to go through it quick. And I'm gonna do it in 6 hours next time, because I figured out a better and quicker way to solve puzzles through intensity instead of using time. And that's life. But again, in that moment, I appear to be the outcast, the loner, or the timid, shy. Really and truly, just I wasn't in alignment with the conversations, but I was in alignment with the puzzle. And then we started singing. At first I was being shy because I was still on the energy of just sitting down and just being in my own. An hour after, I was just singing. I was like, oh, you can sing? Yeah, I can sing. I was just being shy before. You know, it's those kind of thing. But never allow yourself to feel your sense of worth with what other people reflect of you. You know? If anything, look for people who reflect you, more parts of you. Because, again, because there's so many frequencies in the world that even to expect everyone to understand it I'm being like real, it's impossible for everyone to even understand everything that I've said in this 1 hour and 15 minutes, because there's so many people at different frequencies. There's so many people at different stages in their own journey of different understanding of their own self, and it all links back to self-worth. How much you're willing to be yourself. That's the thing that most don't really embrace, think of. You know, the quietest in the room isn't always the shyest, isn't always the one with the low self-worth. Sometimes it's the one with the highest self-worth, and they're being silent because they know they house gold, and they know that gold has a price, and price is just alignment. You know, I can do chicha, I can do the low end, I can be nasty, I can be rude, I can be vulgar, I can be promiscuous, I can do all of those things. But when you look at someone that lives in those frequencies, try and have them think higher. It's hard, because those are the frequencies in which they live in, that they've capped themselves to. And I'm thinking of a specific a specific bracket that gets also reinforced by media and celebrities who are putting out unconscious art. Great art, still unconscious and very detrimental. Look at all the people that talk bad on bad bitches. No. Or as. Bruh, talk about something different. Like I appreciate the talent. It's just the focus, you know. Because where we put our energy, the collective consciousness follows. But we gotta be willing to break all the boundaries, all the limitations that we've already put on ourselves. Bro, look at how, like, people talk so bad about black women because of their ratchetness. They are only ratchet because they are capped. They have a huge amount of energy. A huge amount of energy. Treat a black woman right, oh my god, she'll give you the world, and probably even more, because she will channel the world. But because we treat them like pieces of meat, we treat them like they should pull huge amounts of makeup on to look pretty, or to believe that they're pretty, or that they should pay thousands and thousands to fix their aesthetics or enhance their aesthetics. And we like to say, yeah, it's for me. Self-worth speaks different, because, and again, there's also two different, there's self-worth in the inner, and then there's self-worth of the inner in the outer. Anyone can be self-worth in the inner, but the challenge is being yourself, like holding on to your self-worth in the outer. That's where the conditioning, and social media doesn't help, because, well, not social media, but the elitisms who understand the power that black women have, Like blackness itself, it's crystal. Like melanin, it's crystals. Why do you think crystals are so precious? Do you think that the elites don't know that there's crystals in melanin? Why do you think there's so many black women that go disappearing? All those transfusions of blood and whatnot. There's so much of this world that people don't even dare to even learn, because it will show them the darkness of it, and it will show them how they're part of that darkness just as much. But we elevate the same people that put us down. We elevate the same people that take us down, that caps us, that want to see less of us, because we've put them in a place of authority. Why do you think that blackism is so common right now? Why do you think that Afro is so wide? Do you think that it's because they're being inclusive? Honey, who are you kidding? Are you kidding? It's all distracting mode. Why do you think all these little challenges and dances are on the fucking media? Bro, if you're worried about learning a fucking dance move, you ain't worrying about building your sovereignty. It's just facts. How much can we throw at you so that you don't worry about building your own self, inner self, and then speaking out to yourself? Because it's not about just building it in, like it's actually coming out, like it coming out. That is the thing that they fear the most, because the moment one starts speaking out, that's the moment where others start listening in. And the moment they start listening in, they've already seen the experience and the example of speaking out. Guess what? That person starts speaking too. Not all will, and it was 12200. Not all will, but it only takes one person to speak up, for a second to listen, a third to question, a fourth to integrate, and a fifth to break the system. Just like it worked for me. I just happened that I was lucky enough to have a lot of time to myself, with myself, because my parents were 2 generations older, working 2 jobs. But at the same time, they taught me how to take care of my own self, independence. Mom taught me how to clean, taught me how to cook, taught me how to iron, like at 6. Taught me how to literally take care of myself. And Dad told me how to find a solution. The TV broke, bro, I'll just open that shit and fix it. Well, he can. I ain't got that far just yet, but hey, but he can fix everything. Can fix a house, can fix plumbing, he can do the plumbing, he can do the how do you call it here? He can be a builder, he does cleaning by trade. Like cleans offices by trade, but he ain't a cleaner. He's a fucking architect, bro. And can be an electrician as well. He's just a, what's that word? I'm trying to cap it as well, but that word is just something of all hats. Something of all, trade of all hats, jack of all hats. Is it jack of all hats? Jack of all trades. There you go. What is that about, actually? I'm gonna read into that later. Jack of all trades. A person who can do many different types of work, yeah. And I learned from him. Thanks, Dad. Was it? Jack of all trades and master of none. A person who can do many different types of work, but who is not necessarily very competent at any of them. Interesting. And that was my my now foundation, but it was my ceiling before. Because my ethos is learn 50% of everything and watch that 50% become 85% of everything, because the interconnectedness of all things enhances it. Alright? If you're an expert at sewing, you can sew any clothes. And then you become an expert at music, at playing. Sorry, not an expert. Let's say you're an expert at sewing and like building clothes, right? And then you learn how to compose music, and you learn how to communicate effectively, and you learn spirituality, quantum physics, and holisticality. In that one garment, you can use well, you understand holisticality, you understand that everything is a cycle. So instead of using new fabrics, you can use old fabrics, make some new. And not just that, you can also create patterns that are in alignment with, for example, the flower of life. Add spirituality there. And then you can use also the understanding of how electromagnetic field works. So maybe you can add some EMF cloth in it. Allow people to be protected from all these radiations that we have. And then what else? You can add the music. You can have like frequencies in the background that you created, like heightening frequencies while you sew. When you understand quantum physics, you know that those sounds will also be in the fabric. And now you're giving someone a piece of art that enhances their whole self. Oof, I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about it. Because that's what I'm going to do for my own clothing brand. For my own suit brand. Because I love suits. I don't wear suits because I need it to feel confident. I genuinely just love suits. They look fucking amazing on me. I'm not going to lie. But I'm also going to be the person that looks like a fucking homeless walking down the street. But I'm still going to be walking with a fucking backbone. You might think I'm just rags. Who's the fool there? So not everything that shines is glitter. Because even poo shines on the right light, in the right inclination, right? My face, there's a half of my face that's shining and half isn't. But guess what? I do this, it changes perspective. Perspective is everything. So choose wisely who you give your authority to. Give your authority to the betterment of the wholeness. And it's 1:11 on the actual clock. The reason why I say those numbers is because those numbers are house energies that I understand. I don't look at time as time. I don't check the clock for the clock to know what time it is. If I check the clock to know what time it is because I might have, actually let me check my calendar to see if there's something today. It's because I might have something that yeah, that's done. I might have something that allows me to reinforce things that I'm thinking about, or it's just a guiding to knowing whether I have something happening, to know when that happens and how far I am from that moment happening. But really and truly, it's two things at once. Just like right now, I'm both speaking, but I'm also reading this message from LinkedIn about some offer. Cute, but it's not something that I'm interested in. because be a consultant there wouldn't necessarily be part of my wholeness. It doesn't include my wholeness. Like, it's just not needed, you know. Woo! Sorry, guys. Hey. I really, like, there's times where I was like, when I realized the possibility of what I could do, the rapture, I sat with myself and I was like, do you want that to happen all at once in everyone's mind, or do you want it to happen slowly and gradually? And I made the choice to make it gradually, because you want it to be something sustainable. You don't want just a rapture happening like that. You want it to be sustainable. You want it to be layered. You want it to be something that's founded in understanding of what that actual is, that frequency is. It's like giving a gun to a child, like a loaded gun without the safe to a child. They'll be like, oh, what does this do? Oh, it would have obliterated people's heads, people's minds. It would have actually obliterated people's minds, because those minds are not fertile enough to actually house higher dimensions. So in that understanding, I was like, no, let me do it gradually. Let me take the heat. I can. I'm having fun in it. Is it easy? No, 100%, because you have fucking vultures trying coming in and impose their own limited perspectives of life. What can you do? Right? What can you do? I can't do anything about my landlord not understanding energy and not understanding the value of what I'm doing. He wants his flat. I'm either going to make an offer or out. Confirmation. I don't know if you heard that. It was like a large what do you call those things? I have a ball and then like a trumpet, like I can't do anything about it, right? I'm not gonna try and fight him on this, because it's not worth the fight. I'm not gonna try and fight someone that has the illusion of owning something and is reinforced by the law system, when I can just take down the law system, you know? Because I understand that we feel the need to own things just to have something for ourselves, but boy, you have your own soul, man. Like, I was yesterday I was contemplating whether to leave everything here and just dash, like when I need to move out. Not dash like running away from my own debts, no. And they're not real debts, they're illusions of debts again, because again, money is the direct reflection of our soul, because our soul is fluid just like water, right? That's why money is current. Banks, what's around a river, what has river banks, right? Transactions, liquidity, think. Birth certificate, inspired by the ports. What does a ship do when it comes down? Like when he arrives at the port, is that a port that you call babe, whatever. It has fucking birth certificate. Where do you come from? But you're asking it to the vessel, not the soul, where the soul comes from. Like, we ask where the body comes from. Comes from this mom and this dad. But we don't ask ourselves, where does the soul come from? And that's why the Merkaba of our universe is just so off balance, because we're taking one side to it, but we're not taking in account that there's two sides to it. Alright? Just imagine them just being one. Right? You go. A nice Merkaba, is it tetrahedron they call it? Something like that. I don't dive in labels too much. I understand. I don't need the label. I don't need to fight to find the right word. You don't need to fight to find the right word or the right certificate or the right PhD or the right badge of honor when you understand. Instead, you do everything with purpose. Everything that I'm saying, it's not to get your attention, your validation. I couldn't care less. I validate myself on a daily, on a second basis, effortlessly, all the time, for anything. I'm sharing myself because I understand that how rare I am. Because nigga, if I was to tell you how many times I've looked for myself in others, it just ain't there. Not because of anything other than the fact that people are not meeting themselves to those depths. They're not willing to accept those depths. It's not even meeting themselves to those depths. It's accept those depths. Because if people don't accept those depths, not DEBTS, depths, DEPHTS, you can never rise as much. Because when you understand what I just showed you, the Merkaba, let's say that this is it, right? Let's say that you live here. Like, let's say that you're here, your frequency is here, right? Every time that you go down here, your soul goes up just as much. Nigga, how did you know? Sorry, that is a side thing. And that's just because it's the mirror of things, right? It's just how it works. When you allow your mind to go deep enough, you allow your mind to open itself to higher realms. Well, obviously, you gotta alchemize the lower end, because if you don't alchemize the lower ends, then you ain't getting that slingshot, you know. And today I've done my bits. The last thing was my inner child, understanding why am I holding myself back? Oh, it's because I was never chosen. So now I'm reclaiming my own choice of self. But before, I was tiptoeing into no, I wasn't actually really. Let me know. I just, basically, the moment I speak something out is because I've put it into words. But I live and embody and experience things before I speak them out. The other day I spoke out that I surpassed the cycle of Pisces. Really and truly, I was already in Aries. That's why I saw it as that. I was already on my cycle of Aries. I was speaking about fire and all that. And then my dream showed me Leo. I was on the fire of Aries, and I was just listening at Big Sean, I was like, why is this flow so it right now? Even though I might not completely agree to everything that he's saying, not agree, but resonate with everything that he's saying, the flow is fucking flowing, bro. And he has conscious beat in him. He has conscious beat. Definitely someone that I'll see to work with when I go to Detroit. Because I want to find the conscious artist per, when it comes to obviously 400 per country to work with. Not to work with because I need their work, but someone that I really want to align myself with more than anything, learn from, whatnot, yeah, all that, for different reasons. Because if I want to learn lyricism, I would rather go to even if it's not Big Sean, even like the stranger in the corner that's singing bars and it's sense. Like, there was a kid the other day that I was listening to, I was like, whoa. Every time that I listen to like conscious artists and things like that, I just save them, send them to my own 400 platform, because now then I would have like a bunch of artists that I actually want to align myself with, not just out of name or fame or whatnot, right? And how do you post this? I think I can. So I need to go and pee. I'm gonna end it here. It has been lovely. I hope that enlightened something. Had you think, had you worry about not doing enough if you're not, or thinking enough about your life if you're not. And I need to move because I really need to pee. But I also want to close this nicely. So yeah, bro, like, honestly, just take care of yourself, man. Bring back your inner child, like, and really sit with it and ask it, what do you want to create in this world? What is it that you've always wanted to do, but you felt like you couldn't? Because everything is possible. And trust and believe, if my life is a testament to that. We just happen to be in the coordinates of space where that hasn't materialized itself, but there's so many layers. It's inevitable. I cannot help but to be successful. It's just happening, you know. I was trying to do an Italian accent there, but somehow it became almost like a mock of an Indian accent. So I don't know where that came from. Sorry for that. Hey, so yeah, bro, take care of yourselves. Really sit with yourselves. What was the thing that your inner child felt hurt for the most? What is it that you felt like your inner child was stripped of? And go deeper than just joy. Go deeper than just safety. What is it about joy? What is it? What is it that drove your joy? My joy was to just play, was to just learn, was to just grow and be creative. And I get to do that now. I'm already doing that now. Not because I don't have the money to do it at a scale where I wanted to do it as. I'm gonna try and delude myself that I'm not there yet. No, I have been living my inner child. My God, I really need to go, but I've got some really good shit that I need to say. So how are we gonna do this? I'm just gonna leave it. Alright, bye bye.